These are the type of content to be creating if you want to make money on social media. Now, I am not talking to you if you're looking for virality or if you're looking for likes. That's not what we're doing here. This is a specific video for that person who is looking for how to write content that will help them make money. If that person is you, make sure you watch this video to the end. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Onyeka Adedayo. I'm a full stack marketer and community builder. If this is your first time landing on this channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. Today we're going to be talking about content types that can help you make money online. Now, this type of content, they have one job: to give your audience usable outcome. They need to be able to influence your audience behavior, and they are very good for revenue generation, for inbound opportunities, for building trust, for getting conversions, whatever it is that you desire, as long as it's like an outcome that drives towards making money online, these content types will do it for you. Now, the first on our list is how I did this type of content. Why I specifically love this type of content is the fact that you're basically sharing from your wealth of experience and giving your audience transferable outcomes. So basically, why this particular piece of content works is because people buy proximity to their goals, right? If you're telling someone, this is how I was able to go from 0.5 kg to 60 kg in 5 days, right? If someone else wants to achieve that same result and they land on your content, they would want to read to the end. They want to follow your steps exactly. And there's just something about, watching a video that is directly in line with the goals you want to achieve personally. You find out that you want to follow everything step by step. It's like watching a cooking video, right? When you want to cook something you've never tried before, you want to follow whatever recipe that you are watching. You want to follow it step by step. So that's the beauty of this particular piece of content. How I did this content, it is so important. Share how I was able to get inbound opportunities in my DM through LinkedIn. I have done a video like this and I would also link it in the video description. So if you're interested in learning this, you can also check the video description and watch that video. But there are so many ways you can explore this. How I got a job in the UK working from Nigeria, or how I was able to get $5,000 in 2 days by doing da 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 da. There are so many things that you can share. But please make sure that you're being honest. Don't lie to people. And that brings me to the second type of content that we're going to be talking about today. This type of content is tagged mistakes I made or lessons I learned. Now, what does this type of content do? This type of content basically help you show that you are human and you are authentic. People relate a lot to stories. So if you can share your story, the authenticity really buys people. Someone can say, "Oh, because I really love your story, I'm going to buy from you." Or because I've had a similar experience, I'm going to buy from you, and things like that, right? So content that talks about mistakes you've made, lessons that you've learned, they're also very useful. Now, a simple way to apply this is basically saying, this is what I did, this is the mistake I made, this is the lesson that I learned. It's just straightforward like that, right? Don't write a mistake I made story without it having like lessons that you learned. Like, what was the point of going through the entire mistake if you didn't learn something? Now, the third type of content we'll talk about today is a client or case study content. What are case study content? So, case study content is basically sharing how you achieved certain goals that are relevant to your unique clients. How you achieve certain goals for maybe other businesses that look like them or other competitors that look like them, right? So, say for example, I'm a full stack marketer. I could write a piece of content that says, "Oh, this is how I helped da 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 company make $250 million in revenue within 60 days," right? Now, if there is a SaaS founder who is reading through that content and they want to achieve that same results, they could say, "Oh, I really love this case study you've written. I think that my company also is in that same growth phase, and I would like to work with you," right? So it just easily helps your potential client see how you would handle cases that look like theirs, right? There can be different type of case studies, right? So as a full stack marketer, my first story could be, "Oh, this is how I made this amount of revenue for this brand." The second one could be, "This is how I help this brand, create brand awareness. This is how I help this company, retain 100% of users." So many case studies out there. If you have clients that you've worked with, share their story, right? I do this a lot on LinkedIn and it's actually very helpful for my personal brand. So I recommend that you also do the same for yourself. It's not hard. Just identify a client that you've worked with in the past, detail how you were able to help them, what's the problem they were facing, the solutions that you preferred, and what was the outcome at the end of the day. Simple, that's your case study content, right? So make sure to try this out. Now, the fourth kind of content we talk about today are quick win content. I love quick win content because you're basically giving people value for free immediately. It helps you to build trust fast, right? And the truth is that when someone lands on your content and your solution works for them immediately, it just makes them trust you. Automatically you become someone they cannot forget, right? And that becomes something that they always want to come back to. Oh, this person, the first time I encountered this person's content, they gave me a quick solution. For instance, although this is not a quick fix or anything, but for instance, if you're bored right now watching this video, you could go to google.com and type do a barrel roll. Your entire search engine feed is going to rotate, right? That's something new, and I mean, you should try it out for yourself and maybe share with others. But ideally, look for something that is relevant to your client and then provide a quick fix for them. Oh, hey, SaaS founder, if you're facing this particular challenge, have you tried fixing da 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 in your business? Try it now, tell me how that works, and something like that. But do not end without adding something that ties back to working with you, right? So you can say, oh, SaaS founder, do you want to achieve da 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 da? Okay, go ahead and fix this one problem and tell me how it works for you, right? Tell me how it works for you is basically ensuring that they come back to you, and that becomes like a conversation starter. Another thing you can do is to say, go and try this, and then if you love to keep getting result like this, let's work together. You can go in that direction, whatever works for you. Now, the fifth kind of content that you should be creating if you want to make money on social media is transformation content, right? So this is mostly always designed as before versus after, right? Before I went to Harvard, and now that I've gone to Harvard, this is what changed. These are my process. This is how I was able to get the Harvard get the Harvard scholarship. This is how I was able to get the visa all the way from Nigeria, and then I went to Harvard and I got the results, yada yada yada. But basically, just like documenting and sharing, like before you did one thing and after you did that thing. It doesn't always have to be something that you've personally done. It could be something that you've done for your clients. So, like before your clients came to you, when they came, what happened, and what was the after effect, right? Or it could also be like an observation, like an industry trend. Oh, before visual marketing came on the scene, this is what was happening, and now that visual marketing is here, this is what I'm seeing play out and stuff like that, right? So you can position this any way that you want. Just make sure that it is hitting the goals that your potential client has in mind. Then the sixth kind of content is sales proof content. I especially love sales proof content because when you do it very well, it is like the highest converting content type. And this type of content is kind of like compressing different trust factors into one piece of content at a time, right? And it is very useful for immediately converting people, right? So in this particular kind of content, you're going to be combining things like your credibility, your specific audience, your process or testimonial or what your products can do, and then finally a CTA. I have a particular video that I think about every time it comes to sales proof content, and I'm going to share just a clip in this video. So maybe let's just look at it and then we'll come back.
You might disagree with me, but I've just designed the best racket bag. Oh, I'm playing tennis today. But after that, I got pickleball. I booked paddle also. Hey Jen, you got a Zoom call at 2 p.m. Make sure you bring your laptop back. After selling out the yoga mat bag and the gym bag in 24 hours, we learned what you want. You want a bag that gives you the flexibility to be yourself, not like your ex. Do it my way or the highway. Honey, this bag say, do it my way, your way, and the highway. Because after again, you are really sweaty and really sticky. You deserve options. Oh, your ex don't have the balls to commit? Oh, don't worry, this bag carries all the balls. Because balls can be a dirty demon, so we separate it from the essentials inside.
I especially love that video. I do not have rights to this, video, and I'm only inserting this here for educational purposes. But ideally, that video is so useful. Help them sell out their product. Has tons and tons of views. I mean, I generally said that this video was not to help you get views or go viral. But when you do sales proof content right, it definitely works. It really works. So try it out. Finally, the public pitch content. This is kind of similar to the sales proof content in the sense that you're also, compressing trust and trying to get your audience to convert immediately. But ideally, in this, what makes it different is in the sales proof content, you're saying, okay, this is what my product can do, or this is what it has done. right? For public pitch content, you're basically saying, this is what I want to do, this is how I want to be able to do this, and stuff like that. So you go to platforms like X, you go to platforms like Instagram, even on LinkedIn, people create content and say, this year, I would love to work with companies. This is what I've done in the past. This is how I think I can be useful to an organization like this, and stuff like that. Truthfully, maybe not all the brands that you tag in a content like that will reach out to you, but it gives you very good visibility, and it also attracts people who are within that same industry, to see your profile and potentially work with you, right? So public pitch content are also very, very useful. Now, if you're sitting down and wondering, oh, I really want to do all this content, but I'm not a content writer, I don't even know where to start. Well, I have just the perfect fix for you. If you join my YouTube membership program, you get access to a members only video that I've created, a complete guide on content writing. It can take you from the basics to the most advanced, teaches you every single thing you need to know about content writing once you join the YouTube membership program. The link is going to be in the video description. And once you take that training, you can go ahead and write as much content as you want for yourself. Now, if you do not want to do it yourself, you can book a one on one content writing class with me, and I will walk you through how to create these content types for your specific needs as a service provider or even as a business person, right? The link to book a training is also going to be in the video description. And then finally, if you have questions about today's video, drop it in the comment section. I'll definitely respond. If there are certain things of certain videos that you'd like for me to talk about or make, drop it in the comment section. I am looking out for your ideas. And finally, I will see you next week. Bye.